Hello, and welcome back to Sakura Moyu, and let's get started with today's read-through.
私たち以外にもお友達、東野にはたくさんいたんだね。きっと、朝日さんにも。
Hiori's sudden voice brought me back to reality as I gazed at the Yorozora. I recall the events I had just witnessed.
小さかった頃の私たちが、あの二人と出会うずっと昔から、二人は私たちみたいな子のそばにいたってことなんだね。
It was a line as if I just heard it for the first time, but
もちろん、それを知らないわけじゃなかったけれど、今夜、それを初めて実感できたような気がして、どうしてか複雑な気持ちがするよ。
I shifted Toya's body, adjusting her on my back. What kind of Yume is Toya having right now, I wonder? That is a good dream. I wonder if it's the kind of dream she'll wake up smiling and tell me about. I wish there were no more sad things in this world. Thinking such thoughts, suddenly, I won't let go of this small body, at least until the moment our goodbye arrives. As I swore that, something strange happened. It was my left hand. From the palm of my hand touching Toya's body. It was as if her sleeping heart, or perhaps her Yume, was glowing into me through the knight's left hand.
辛くなったらまたおいで。君の好きなものをいっぱい。温かいご飯をたくさん作って待ってるからな。
My beloved One-san always sends me off. Send off the children departing by the Yume no Nedoko with those words.
辛くなったら、また。
The girl who murmured softly and looked up at the sky. A small child who wished to become a Mahotsukai like her One-san. Fuyutsuki to... Wait. I need to check something. I sometimes I don't trust anymore the new translations because I think this was translated without the new approach that tries to keep track of names. Although I read the MLT notes that they fed the script of this, but I guess they didn't have like a database of names. Oh, that's right. That is correct. Fuyutsuki Toya. I had to double check. Anyway. Until she met that child, Toya would go to the Koen when it rained. I don't know since when she had been doing that. Even Toya herself only remembered its beginning as being a very long time ago. But her motivation was clear. because it was a promise. The falling rain was the signal. On a day the world weeps, I'll be here, taking on your heart's heavy parts with my faint envisioned maho. By doing so, all the children who managed to cheer up even a little, sooner or later grew up. And everyone, once they became adults, stopped visiting places like Koen. It's sayonara. Should keep praying here for your happiness, for your happy end. But if something painful or sad ever happens again, she wanted you to remember.
辛くなったらまたここにおいで。
She murmured it again, mimicking her Onesan's gentle tone. That's right. It's okay if you forget. Just remember it somewhere in your heart. Should always be here, unchanging. She was praying that your hearts would one day feel even a little lighter. It's Maho. Clutching a small piece of Maho, she was waiting for the day she could meet you all here again. That was the promise she made with all the friends she said goodbye to. And lonely Toya believed that. That's why Toya goes to the Koen on rainy days, clutching the Maho she envisioned for you all in her small palm. But it was no good. To keep saying goodbye over and over, her heart and body, which could never grow up, were simply too small. Loneliness brought an endless night to her small self.
もう寂しいことは嫌。
Alone in the rain, her tears fell. She couldn't be as gentle or as strong as her Onesan, not even a Maho, she guessed. Mahotsukai. That's why, please, she wanted to be taken with them too, together with all of you she loves so much. To the next time, not here, not now, with smiles, holding hands, waving goodbye together, saying Mata ashita. But it's no good. She couldn't do it. I'm not human. That's why Kami-sama won't allow it. Nande? Nande?
どうして私はあなたたちと同じじゃないの？人間として生まれてこれなかったの？
She always murmured that, looking up at the rainy sky. It's fine to be ordinary. It's fine not to have anything special. She just wanted to meet you all as a small, perfectly ordinary human being.
たったそれだけなのに一人が寂しいだけなのにどうして私だけ
I've certainly had my share of times when my heart felt murky like that. But a new promise had been made for Toya.
約束
She murmured and looked up at the sky. It was a sunny day. This time, it wasn't a rainy day. It was a meeting here on a sunny day.
その時は一緒にいっぱい遊ぼうね。あなたの夢は私が全部叶えてあげるよ。
To Toya, those words felt like a brightly twinkling light in her own yoru. She smiled. Just by remembering those words,
あの子に私の夢を叶えてもらえるのかも。
just thinking that made her feel happy. It felt as if there was hope, even at the end of her own future. A smile spilled from her lips again. But how many sunny days had passed since then? How many warm seasons had passed? Which spring was this since then? The promise was not kept. That girl had certainly said the promise was for the next sunny day. But that girl's figure was nowhere to be seen, no matter how long. That girl probably wouldn't come here anymore. It was several years after parting ways with that girl that she finally realized it. Even so, Toya on sunny days and rainy days alike, continued to stand and waiting in the meeting park. I believe that girl would surely come to see her, no matter how late it got. Itsuka, for sure, because the girl was the first to make such a promise with her. Let's meet again. Let's play together.
だからきっとまた会えるよね。
She murmured that and smiled at the sky. She believed the feeling within her that she loved those girls so much. This feeling unnaturally in her heart since birth, the meaning of the promise. Toya wanted to believe all of that, every bit of it. And then, Toya had received just one maho from her onesan. And that was only once. Just once. It was a maho that allowed her to speak one more time with a child who had grown up, forgotten about Toya, and parted ways without even a goodbye. A maho in the shape of a pocket watch. Press a switch and stop the second hand and hand it over. The maho would last until midnight of that day. They would remember me. They would notice me. They would accept my voice. That maho was Toya's kibo, her yume, and her lucky charm.
もしまたあの子がここに偶然でもいいやってきてくれることがあったなら
She had decided to use this maho then. It was truly kibo, a precious maho that could only be used once. If they remembered me and the promise they made with me, even if it was quite late, if we could play together for a short time and smile at each other like normal friends, just once is enough. Even for a moment is enough. If I could encounter such a dreamlike moment,
私の時間はきっとそれだけで誰にも負けないハッピーエンドになれるよね。
gripping the maho in her palm with a smile. As she smiled and muttered that, so her lonely feelings wouldn't spill out. It was Ame. The sun hid behind the clouds. The blue sky was painted over in gray. As the rain began to fall softly, someone was standing next to her. It was that child, the girl who gave her a happy promise. She had grown quite a lot and had become a complete adult. But just by looking at her profile, I knew in an instant that it was her. That's right. I understood then. Just by looking at her profile for a single moment, I understood that person, that adult woman, was a girl with a sad face.
どうしたの
I speak.
どうしてまた悲しそうにしているの
She was crying. It was sadder than any face I've seen back then.
ねえどうして
My voice wouldn't reach. It couldn't possibly reach. A child's voice doesn't reach adults. That's how this world was made. She was crying, completely drenched.
一人だ
She said, her voice filled with pain.
一人ぼっちになってしまった
No. I cried out.
もう誰も私のそばにいてくれない
I'm here. I'm right here. I cried out. But Toya's voice, her figure, nothing. Nothing reached her. Like a tear, like a sigh, the girl looked up at the rainy night sky and spoke.
嫌だもう疲れたもう何も頑張れないよ
But the adult world wouldn't allow it.
誰にも何にもほんの少しだって
休ませてはもらえない。
Only unpleasant things. Nothing but pain.
重い。
A life with too little joy, few joys and delights. Only sadness.
重いよ。心がとっても重いんだよ。
Even breathing somehow felt tiring.
もういいよ、神様。私はここまででいい。私生きるのに飽きちゃったよ、神様。
やだやだよ、お願い、そんな悲しいこと言わないで、お願いだから。
My vision blurred. Blurred by the rain. Blurred by tears.
お願い、泣かないで、そんな顔しないでよ。
I wanted her to smile. I wanted her to always be smiling. I wanted her to leave all her painful feelings and sad thoughts behind, back in the childhood when she met me. Because hey, do you know? Tears don't suit any of you. That's what I wish and prayed for. And I should have kept imagining your futures here, but... She's hunched over, stifling her cries. I wanted to stroke her back. I wanted to hold her trembling hand. I wanted to tell her, it'll be alright. Just like my Onesa encourages children. I wanted to give her gentle magic words.
ごめんなさい。きっと全部私のせい
That's why
だから、またあの頃みたいに。
I clenched that trembling hand, which I couldn't even touch.
あの頃みたいに、私があなたの悲しい気持ちを全部、私が全部魔法でもらってあげられたら。
I'll use my one and only Maho here. Toya tried to give the Maho she received from her Onesan to that child. And if I could take on the weight of that child's heart, just like back then, for the child who remembered herself. But it's no good.
一度だけ。
That's right. The pocket watch's Maho can only be used once. There's no more than that. Nothing more. All I can do for this child is give her Maho just once. No. This is no good. I can't do it. Toya bit her lip, then stood up and ran off. I thought I heard the friend who used to matter so much to me calling my name. A man muttering that stood beside the tear-soaked child. He seemed like a kind person. He was a slender and a bit unreliable, but he was someone who would feel others' sadness as if it were his own and shed tears for them. Toya knew he was that kind of person. He was one of the friends she met on the rainy day. Toya had received much of that child's emotional burden expressed in words. That boy, who was supposedly born in a family that carefully passed down traditional performing arts from ancient times, was... I had no talent. I can't do anything well. No one is on my side. I'm lonely. I'm sad. So I don't even have the minimum talent to live in this world. Carrying such heavy heart. I've come to meet Toya on rainy days. A small child who would listen to me. A girl who was unconditionally on my side. A mysterious child who, when I talked to her, my painful feelings would mysteriously lighten. On nights I talked with Toya. I resolved to try my best again tomorrow. I could sleep soundly, but for the past few months, the boy... No. The man had forgotten about her. Then before that man, Toya, who should have been so important to him, suddenly appeared and said,
どうかお願い。私の代わりに私の夢を叶えてほしいよ。
Why are you so tattered? Why are you so covered in wounds? To my questions, there was no more time to answer. Toya pulled my hand and ran through the rain, returning to the koan where that child was. It was exactly midnight. The person Toya brought couldn't remember why he was standing in the koan like this. It was Maho. Toya had given me the one-time Maho she received from her onesan. The Maho that should make me remember her. The Maho that only lasts until midnight. This Maho, whose materials have been depleted, making further generation impossible. With this, no one will ever remember Toya again. But that's fine. That was good. The two, though confused, sat on the bench, as if huddling together, talking about something. At their feet, tattered, mud-covered, the wounded Toya was curled up as if collapsing.
疲れた。
She was truly exhausted. But no one could hear her voice or see her form. Of course, even the two who should have been right beside her didn't notice Toya. And her breathing grew fainter.
このまま眠りたい。
Toya had ran. I searched for someone who wasn't me. It won't do if I'm someone who could only meet them only once tonight.
大切なお友達の悲しい気持ちにこれからも続いていくあの子の人生にそばでずっと寄り添ってくれる人じゃないとダメなんだ。
I ran. Through the pouring rain, I ran. I ran. The small me sometimes fell. I got injured, but still, I ran. There were times my small body was sent flying by some large person or thing I couldn't see. I cried. I screamed. It hurt. It was agonizing. But I ran. No time to cry. No time to even wipe away my tears. There's no more time. If the night passes, that child might never come to the park again tonight. It's my last chance to use the Maho. So I ran, kept running desperately. I desperately wanted to get that child Maho, happiness by her side. I was a wreck. I was covered in blood. My face was full of tears, but
私間に合ったよね。
the two of them continued to quietly exchange words in the rain, still huddled together on the park bench. That's good. I can rest easy now, right? That man will surely save you from sadness. He'll surely become the one Maho for your life.
私じゃない。
It wasn't me. The one who can give you smiles. It's never me. Humans for humans, non-humans for non-humans. It was a simple truth. Yet I just couldn't give up.
私はいつもあなたたちにもう一度名前を呼んでもらいたくって。
Everyone wants to hold onto a little kibble on a gloomy rainy day. I'm truly foolish. I can't move anymore. My whole body hurts. It's agonizing. I close my eyes. I just want to quietly fall asleep like this. But I heard it. I ended up hearing it.
何か大切なことを忘れてる。
That child is crying.
忘れたくないのに絶対に忘れちゃダメだったのに。
どうして? A sad girl is crying.
なんだか自分がとってもひどいことをしてしまっているような気がして。
そんなのいいんだよ。私のことなんてそんな。
It's me. I understood that she was sad because she couldn't remember me. どうして? どうしてだろう? Just that. Just for that feeling.
私ね、なんだか夢が叶った気がするよ。
I slowly opened my eyes. I had to tell her, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm used to being alone too. So I had to tell her, stop crying.
頑張れ。私の大好きなお友達。
Staggering, I stand up.
負けちゃダメだよ。
My body aches all over, but
どんなことがあってもお願い、悲しいことなんかに負けないで。
if I could meet you one last time, I wanted to play together. So with the color pencils and markers I had prepared,
これからもあなたには悲しいこと、辛いこといっぱいあるかもしれないけれど。
on the back of a flyer blown in by the wind, I wanted to write you a letter.
応援してるよ。
But that's strange.
いつまでもずっとずっとここからあなたのことを応援してる。
It's strange. Tears are overflowing. I can't see ahead.
ごめんね。
Gomen, for my clumsy handwriting.
何の役にも立てなかった私でごめんなさい。
Clutching the marker I had just bought. I hope it reaches you.
あなたの隣にいつも素敵な魔法がありますように。
My onesan once said that words were maho.
あなたの未来にたくさんの笑顔がありますように。
I pray that these words, these feelings, can become maho for your happy ending. Ah, it's already pitch black. Everything before my eyes got to black.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん、私の言葉、私の最後の魔法。
Will it reach them? I hope it reaches them. I want them to smile. No tears. Sadness doesn't suit you at all. So please, be happy.
まったく無茶をする妹だな。
お姉ちゃん。
When I woke up, I was in my Onechan's arms. My Onechan was walking down the night road, still holding me.
いつまでも帰ってこないから心配して探しに来てみたら驚いたぞ、本当に。こんなにボロボロになって公園で倒れてるんだから。
When my Onechan touched me, my wounds immediately began to heal. That was my Onechan's maho. No, it wasn't. It wasn't an innate ability that we special cats possess. Unlike the maho limited to the yoru, this power can be used anytime, anywhere.
ごめんね。心配かけてごめんなさい。
Somehow, I've been doing nothing but apologizing tonight. I felt like I was starting to hate myself much more than even before. I utterly hated myself.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。
I said softly, still being held.
なんだトウヤ。
私お姉ちゃんみたいになりたかった。大切に思いたいお友達の力に少しだけでもいいからなりたかったの。でもダメだった。私じゃ届かなかったよ、お姉ちゃん。
どうして？
だって私のせいだもん。あの子が大人になっても苦しかったのは、悲しい気持ちが消えてなくならなかったのは、全部きっと私のせいだよ、お姉ちゃん。
Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
どうしてトウヤはそう思うんだ？
私がわがままだったから、私が自分の夢を叶えたいなんて、寂しいのはもう嫌だって、そんなことを思ったから、そんな自分勝手なことを思ってしまったから。
Because I had impurity. From the bottom of my heart, wish only for that child's happiness.
だからきっと私の思い描いた魔法は効果が薄くなってしまっていたんだよ。
I want you to put your pain into words and tell me. I'll take all of those feelings. That maho had lost its effect because I tried to prioritize my own yume, even just a little. Perhaps it was punishment for a non-human being trying to become friends with humans. Because that's a mistake. Surely, that's how it is.
もしもどこかに神様がいるとしたら、そんな間違えてること絶対に許してくれないもんね、きっと。どうして？
She pressed her face into the chest that held her.
わからないよ、お姉ちゃん。
あ、何かだ。
どうしてなの？どうして私たちはこんなにあの子たちのことが大好きになってしまうの？
Even though goodbyes come so quickly. Even though we'll just feel lonely again. Even though we can't live out the same time together. And yet,
どうしてお姉ちゃん、どうして私はまたあの子たちのことを応援していたいってそんなこと思ってしまうの？
トウヤ。
that's because a calm voice said,
それはなトウヤ、仕方がないんだ。私たちがそういう生き物だから。
そういう生き物？
ああ。
ねえ、どうして？
うん。
どうして私は人間に生まれてこれなかったの？私、あの子たちの本当のお友達に一度だけでいい、なってみたかっただけなんだよ、お姉ちゃん。
but as a being unlike them, I'm made to realize, again and again, like this, that I can't truly be friends with those children.
教えてよ。どうして私はあの子たちと同じ人間に生まれてこれなかったの？お姉ちゃん。
仕方がない。
どうして？
神様がそう決めてしまったんだ。
神様は何か間違えてるよ。
ああ、そうだな。
何かはわからないけど、何かを絶対私たちと同じくらい間違ってる。
そうかもしれないな。
一度だけでよかったんだよ。
I repeat it again and again.
一度だけあの子たちと普通に笑顔で遊んでみたかった。それだけなのに。
But because she wished for that, perhaps she ended up feeling sad forever.
嫌だよお姉ちゃん。もう疲れた。
If she's only going to feel such loneliness, if she's only going to feel such sadness,
私はも
so that she wouldn't like anyone. So that she wouldn't like anyone.
うもう二度とお姉ちゃん、私はお友達なんて作らないことにする。
Even though she was supposed to have decided that. Even though she was supposed to have sworn it strongly in her heart.
大切なお友達が空から降ってきた。
And the arms that tightly embrace her.
会いたかったよ、トウヤちゃん。私の大切な大切なお友達。
This was something she had kept dreaming of for a very, very long time. Really, truly, this world must have been made by someone very cruel, or perhaps by someone mischievous. At the very moment she was about to give up, it seemed that Yume can sometimes suddenly be granted.
ねえ、悲しそうな顔の女の子、どうして私を待っていてくれたの？
Held in her embrace, Toya said,
もしも私が来なかったらどうするつもりだったの？
No. It no longer matches whether I came here or not. Because this child, already, even though there should have been still room for them to be reborn into the next, now, they can't go anywhere anymore. Tonight is the last. 1 week, time's up. The final flight for a life that had used up all its allotted time and thus ended to board. I missed it, just because I remembered my promise with them. This child can never again leave this city's Yoru and move on.
あなたは絶対やってきてくれる。そう信じていたの。だからこうしてずっとあなたのことを待っていられたわ。
I never thought she would fall from the sky. I looked up at. Toya's friend smiled with a face that was still cute despite being old, saying, I was really surprised.
だからってそんな。今夜を逃したらもうあなたは二度とこの世界の時間の中には戻ってこれないのに。それをあなたはちゃんと。
Yeah, I know. Toya's friend nodded. I know perfectly well.
それでも私はあなたにもう一度会いたかった。
どうして？
だってあなたはずっと私のことを待っていてくれたんだよね。ここに生まれ直してそれに気づけた。私との約束を信じてくれて、ここでこの公園で
雨の日も晴れの日も、きっと嵐の日でも雪の日でも。
Toya's friend says, ごめんね and says, ありがとう。
だから今度は私があなたのことをずっと、いつまでだってずっと待っていたかった。そのせいでこの夜の世界に永遠に閉じ込められてしまうのでも構わなかった。私はあなたに伝えたいことがあった。
私に伝えたいこと？
Toya's friend nodded, saying, That's right.
ありがとう。私の小さな魔法使いさん。あなたの魔法はちゃんと私たちに届いたよ。
The two looking up the Yozara realized that morning Asa was drawing near.
寂しい時も悲しい時も、一りぼっちで眠れない夜も、あの時届いたあなたの言葉に勇気をたくさんもらっていた気がする。あなたがずっとそばにいて私たちを応援してくれていた気がしてる。
Though I can't see it with my own eyes. Even though I had even forgotten you. Yet deep down, I feel like I always sensed it.
弱虫で泣き虫ですぐに全部を投げ出してしまいそうになる。いつも大人の世界に負けてしまいそうになる私だったけれど、ありがとう。あなたのおかげで私どうしても強くなれないこんな私でも、ほら見てよ、最後まで負けずに歩いてこれたよ。だから私はどうしても思い出せなくても覚えていなくても、いつもそばに感じてたあなたの気持ちにどうしても報いたくて、多分もう二度と会えない、思い出せない、だけどとても大切な人にありがとうって気持ちを返すには一体どうしたらいいのって。
I once consoled my husband about that. When the girl said that, memories of that girl flowed into Toya. To the girl who consoled him, to me, my husband said this. That's a really difficult thing, he said, laughing a little awkwardly. That answer, my answer, I can't find it yet, but I'll definitely answer someday. So just wait a little while for me, he said. My husband had gently told me that, and then earnestly, wisely, he tried and tried so hard, living out his life with all his might. The beloved person who used up his time sooner than I did, a few years after I consulted him, took my hand in his bed in the pure white hospital room to try your best to live. He smiled and said, That's my answer. That you More than anyone, more than anything, live with a smile. Live happily. Even more than those who support you wish for. You gently close your eyes. Everyone wishes for that. They pray for your happiness. So surely, living that way will become the greatest. Thank you. Because you gave me that answer before saying goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm leaving you alone now. You, who's such a lonely crybaby. Even though I have to say goodbye now. Because you firmly squeezed my hand one last time. Don't give up. Don't lose. I'm cheering for you too. So please. Don't cry anymore. I want to be strong. I thought that. So you wouldn't be worried. So you could leave in peace. I wouldn't cry ever again. I had to decide that. Clutching the small hand of my son who was left behind. Could I have seen you off with a smile instead of tears? And this time, I would live on, supporting this precious child. Strong. I wanted to be strong. Raising a child alone isn't easy. I thought I understood that well enough when I was a teacher. I saw quite a few students from single mother households, but actually making it on my own reality was incredibly difficult. None a single soul in this world needed me. To return to teaching, I bowed my head at many schools, but I couldn't find a place. The long blank in my career, how every workplace had changed so much during that time. It's frustrating. But being a woman, there were various reasons. If teaching was no longer possible, anything was fine. I just looked for whatever I could do. Oh yeah, my son. My beloved child of mine. If only I could gain enough strength to somehow live on, smiling, with just Toya and me. Anything would be fine. I worked at construction sites, mingling with men. Every time a scary site supervisor yelled at me, I'd almost cry. In the mornings, I worked as a low hotel cleaner, changing dirty sheets until before noon. Every time the young male colleagues would say, "That old lady's useless," loud enough for me to hear, tears would well up. Each time I felt like crying, I bit my lip and whispered my husband's words. "Do your best and live." On days off, I helped movers in elderly care. At night, I returned to the construction covered in mud and dust until morning. Even so, it was difficult to say it was enough for my son and me to live on. I need even more money from now on. No matter what path Toya chooses, I absolutely definitely won't let him feel constrained. Toya. Nah, Toya. I want to support you with all my heart. You're a Kasan. I love you so much. But the money is saved for Toya's education due to bank accounts or staff negligence, or it became almost zero due to sliphood circumstances I couldn't understand. That's when I truly felt this is it. I can't go on. I felt like I was going to resent by the world, my own fate and life itself.
頑張れ。
At such times I hear a voice.
応援してるよ。いつまでも。
When I thought it was hopeless, I remembered I could use Maho.
いつもあなたの隣に素敵な魔法がありますように。
My precious, carefully kept charm, a letter. I don't know who gave it to me. I don't even know if it's right to call words written in colored pencils on the back of a crumpled flyer a letter, but when I stare at that letter, I feel like I hear a voice.
あなたの未来にたくさんたくさんの笑顔がありますように。
Ah, arigato. It's okay. Just one more step. One more step. I can keep walking. I can still keep trying. When I return exhausted to my small apartment room, Toya says, "Okaeri." He runs up to me with a smile much like yours. That was my happiness. When I was in pain, when I was sad, a word someone once gave me reminded me of it.
大丈夫。平気。まだまだ私、頑張れるよ。
Give me a second. After my kind grandfather-in-law and husband passed away, I could no longer rely on my husband's family home. My brother-in-law took over everything in that house. He was a strict man when it came to customs. I was told that if Toya were to definitely inherit the traditional performing arts in the future, then our life together would be guaranteed. Nothing would have been easy, I'm sure. Toya was still so small back then. But because he was so young, this child had so many dreams. He wanted to be a firefighter. He wanted to be a police officer. He even wanted to be an astronaut. If I had nodded to my brother-in-law's words, I would have selfishly crushed all of Toya's dreams, even if they were incredibly childish dreams. I don't know how Toya will choose his own path, his own time in the future.
私がこの子の未来を守らなきゃ。
It's okay. Okasan will cheer you on, so let's live together, just the two of us. And so the two of us left the house. I don't regret, I think. I left the house to protect Toya's Yume. I rushed out on impulse back then, but because of that, I might be making this child feel constrained. My work had been so busy, I haven't been able to do anything motherly, but I found Toya wrote my Yume, Seigi no Mikata, in this elementary graduation album. I want to be a hero and help my Okasan. For some reason, I was so happy. Tears came to my eyes. I wonder what form of your dream will take from now on. I'm really looking forward to it. To repay everyone who supported you. Please, Toya, let your mother support your life. Thinking such things, I cherish the time I cut into my sleep, mending Toya's school cloths or repairing his torn clothes. But then Toya,
お父さんの家の仕事を引き継ぐよ。
it was sad he said that and gave up on the university entrance exams he was preparing for. More than anything, I felt pathetic. Years of overexertion had taken their toll and I had collapsed. Why at such a crucial time? It was the winter when Toya was preparing for university. To help me, Toya decided to dive into the harsh world of performing arts. My brother-in-law, the head of the family, initially looked annoyed, saying, "What's the point now?" But we were returned to my husband's family home once again. Our lives became stable. For now, the anxiety of simply living was gone.
だけど、これまでの私の頑張りは、一体何だったんだろう。
Man. To me, who was feeling
知
down.
ってるだろ、母さん。僕の夢は母さんを助ける正義の味方になることだ。夢は叶ったんだよ。
Okay, I had to pause abruptly because I had to sneeze. But I was curious about like Toya's voice actor, because the voice was so familiar. And I realized it was Kamina of Tengen Toppa's voice actor, or if you watch JoJo JoJo, it's Diabolo. or if you're watching Cinderella Grey this season, it's Kitahara-san. So very prolific voice actor they got here. I wonder if the mom's someone we know. They didn't even give her a voice actor in the VMDB entry. Oh well.
知ってるだろ、母さん。僕の夢は母さんを助ける正義の味方になることだ。夢は叶ったんだよ。
Yeah, that is a very familiar voice. Toya said that and smiled at me. It seemed that child had talent. My brother-in-law was surprised and quickly changed his tune, saying if only you'd come back sooner. He even said he wanted to trust this child with the biggest role of the biggest stage. It was said to be a story passed down through generations.
私は最後まで
Until the very end. I don't know what kind of stage Toya stood on, what role he was given, or how hard he was working. One day Toya came to my hospital room with a wonderful get-well gift, as I had broken my body and could no longer leave the same hospital as my husband. A grandchild. I had a grandchild, a cute little girl. That child's smile strongly felt like sure proof that Toya's life was a happy one.
だけどごめんね。孫はどうやら私に似てしまったみたいだね。
It was one day. It was the day I felt terribly unwell from mourning. My grandchild came to my hospital room alone. They were crying. They confided in me alone that they were being bullied by an unpleasant kid in their class. Ah, you're just like me. I hugged my grandchild who was silently shedding tears. So endearing, so precious, just like me. That's why, precisely because you're like that.
特別な魔法を一つ教えてあげる。辛いことや悲しいことは心の中から言葉にして外にあなたを応援してくれる誰かに
Those words spilled from my lips.
一緒に遊んでほしい。
It was sudden.
次にまた会えた時は私と一緒に。
Too sudden. I remembered everything. I had a friend, a small child who taught me, who was always crying, a special maho anyone could use. On rainy days, they would wait for me at the koen on the edge of the town. The next sunny day, I made a promise to play with that child, a girl who always looked lonely and was all alone.
あの子を笑顔にしたい。寂しそうな顔はもうしてほしくない。
That's what I should have wished for, yet. Oh. What have I done? I'm late. For years, for decades, an incredibly long delay. I felt like that child was still in that koen. Strange, but that child felt like she was still waiting for us, unchanging. Still, with that lonely expression. Looking up at the rainy sky, at the clear blue sky all alone. Right now. I want to burst out of this hospital room and go see that child right now, but...
でももう無理だ。
My body had become incredibly thin. The doctor said I pushed myself too hard. I carried a big end inside me, so I was tied to a hospital bed with tubes. The strength to hear them tear them apart and just run, day by day. I was steadily being swallowed by the end within me.
もう呼吸をするのも少し辛いよ。
The doctor told me I had only a short time left to live. But I asked my brother-in-law and the doctor to keep it a secret from my family, with Toya.
優しいあの子のことだから、私がこうなってしまったのも自分のせいだと自分を責め続けてしまうだろうから。
Such a life is too unfortunate. It's like being stuck in a nightmare, unable to wake up. I just explained to Toya and Mago, who is Mago, that I caught a big cold, lightly, laughing and smiling. I'll do my best. I'll try my best to get better. By the time the cherry blossoms, the sakura in the town are in full bloom, I
み
promise.
んなで3人で一緒にお花見しましょうね。まあどうしてもっていうのならお兄さんも連れて行ってあげてもいいわ。
I laughed with Toya, Mago, and my Onisan, the four of us, who had come to visit me. Ah, this must be my happiness. Just a little longer, just a bit more. I wanted to live in such a time like as this.
頑張れ。
Yeah,
負ける
leave it to me.
な。応援してるよ。
Yeah, thank you. I know.
必ずだ。こんなの必ず直してみせる。
At least, Toya, until you accomplish your big task, I promise. The treatment to lessen the end within me was very painful. I grew thin, I vomited, all my hair fell out. I asked for my brother-in-law to make a realistic wig, and I think I managed to fool Toya and Mago with it, but I didn't cry. I laughed a lot. Was it because I imagined a wonderful future with you all so much? Recently, my condition had started to improve a little, but
そうもうここまでなのね。
on this day, my condition suddenly worsened. I couldn't understand the logic or the reason at all, but remembering that child, I felt must be a premonition that my end was drawing near. Toya's crying. My grandchild is crying too. Even my Onisan. Yep. Don't cry. There's nothing to be sad about. I had to smile. Because if I look pain, you kind people will be sad.
頑張って頑張って最後まで幸せに生きないと。
That should turn into the biggest thank you to the people who support me. I believe those words are yours and was able to walk this far, but Sakura. The sakura were blooming. The day my loved ones put me in a wheelchair and took me to the hospital courtyard. The spring-colored sky we looked up at, the four of us. Under the sky so blue it seemed about to spill over. We all talked about the fun things we'd done until now. Strangely, I can't remember anything painful. Because it was a life with so many happy things. But I also remembered that, always, during those times, the person I wanted by my side was nowhere to be found. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for leaving you alone, for not keeping my promise.
私の大切なお友達。私に小さな魔法をくれた人。私に小さな勇気をくれた人。
I'm sleepy. Somehow, I'm very, very sleepy. The sky I looked up from the hospital courtyard was a dazzling blue sky.
会いたい。あなたに会いに行きたいよ。
Hey, I wonder. I want you to tell me, did I really do my best? Before I knew it, I was in the Yoru. I was in a mysterious, sparkling Yoru Koen. I know this place. I shouldn't, but I do. It's another Yoru that arrives during the Yoru. Everyone knows this place in their hearts, yet no one knows it at all. A strangely nostalgic place. When a life ends, dream time ends too. Everyone visits this Yoru at least once at the very end. And deep in their souls, surely all living things know this. In the night I awoken, I'm alone. All alone. She's not here, nowhere to be found. I've been waiting, waiting, and waiting.
そろそろ列車に乗らなきゃあなた、夜の中に飲まれてしまいますよ。
The bipedal talking cat, Neko, who rules the city's Yoru, told me that.
列車で次に向かって、そこで終わった命に新しい時間を刻んでもらいなさい。そして、次の夢見る時間を選べばいい。それはあなたたち、人間として生まれた命の特権なんですから。
A train whistle. How many times has that whistle blown now? If I don't get on, something terrible will happen. 1 week. That's the grace period. Tonight is my last chance to get on the train. That's what a passing bipedal cat taught me. In the Yorokoen, tiny human-shaped figures, probably children, that have almost turned into shadows are playing around happily. What are they? Surely they are lives that have ended, that couldn't get on the train, or chose not to, and assimilated to the Yoru. If I miss the night, I'll become like those kids too. I'll wander the Yoru forever, endlessly like wandering through a bad dream and can never wake from. Even so, I won't get on the Densha, I've decided. I'll wait for her forever. That was something I wanted to tell her. There was something I wanted her to teach me.
でも本当に
Hontoni? Will I really be able to meet her again? The promise wasn't made in the night, but under the sun. Now I'm in the Yoru. She's in the Koen under the sky. Maybe we're right next to each other, just unable to see each
ご
other.
めんね
Next to me. Next to the empty space where no one stood. I tried to reach out.
約束を守らなくてごめんなさい
Was she waiting for me all this time, all alone? With these kinds of feelings? I feel like that's the case.
長い長い間私との約束を楽しみにしてくれていたのかな
Because you're so kind. I'm sure that's how it was. That's why I think
頑張って頑張って最後まで生きることが応援してくれる人たちへのありがとうの代わりになるのなら
to keep waiting for her here, no matter how long it takes. Wouldn't that be a substitute for thank you and I'm sorry to her? The last train is departing. In the Yoru, the Densha whistle. The wheels and the departure whistle echo. It's time. Chiganda. My time is truly at its very end. I'm sorry, my beloved son. My cute grandchild. And Oni-san. I love you. Even if you all come to the Yoru someday, I, your Okasan,
あなたたちとはもう二度と会えない
my body, my heart, the last of my time remaining, is being dyed in the Yoru colors, but
お友達が見上げた夜空から落ちてきたよ
am I perhaps dreaming a Yume within a Yume inception? A happy moment awaited me at the end, so much so that I thought that after that, the two of us talked in the Yoru Park, Koen. Toya's friend, the girl with a sad face.
泣かなかったよ
Toya's friend said softly, softly to Toya. There were many nights I wanted to scream. There were many sad things too. Lonely and painful things kept coming one after another without pause. My time where I had no time to even breathe, but you know,
私、泣かなかったんだよ。
hey, I wonder if you were watching me somewhere. My taisetsu na tomodachi. My taisetsu na tomodachi with whom I truly wanted to walk through time together forever. I wonder if you did. Oshiete?
私の頑張りは無駄じゃなかった？
My Chigad. When I could walk on with a smile. My feelings for you, the ones that say thank you for always cheering me on. By being able to walk on like this, without giving up until the very end. I wonder if they reach you, even a little. That's what I desperately wanted to know, what I wanted to convey. Because I desperately wanted only you to know how hard I tried.
頑張った。私、頑張ったんだよ。
No matter how lonely or sad I was, I never stopped walking forward.
あなたが応援してくれたから、たくさん、いっぱい、頑張ってこれたんだよ。
So now, me, you know, it's okay if I cry just a little now, isn't it?
頑張ったね。
I know you try your very best. My friend tells me so.
あなたがいっぱい、私の応援に応えてくれて、私のために、いっぱい、あなたたちが、たくさん、頑張ってくれたこと、きっと私に、届いてた。
Toya nods and smiles.
ありがとう。大切な私のお友達。
You endured wanting to cry so much and lived on, trying your best.
幸せに生きてくれて、本当にありがとう。
I'm sure because you lived on, trying your best. My little maho was completed.
それが私たちの誰にも負けないハッピーエンド。そうだよね。
さよならだけが人生だ。
Huh? Muttering softly, Hiori walking beside me let out those words, and I, snapping back to reality, tilted my head. Then Hiori gave a wry smile as if trying to make an excuse.
遠い昔の偉い誰かがそんなこと言ってたよね。確か、なんとなく思い出しちゃった。
Yeah, you're right. I've heard of it before too. I think it was sung at the farewell to a friend, probably.
多分
Yeah, tabun. I just nodded vaguely, since I'm not exactly known for my wisdom.
タイガ。
ん？
さっきのはね、なんとなく頭に浮かんだ言葉だったけど、トウヤのこれまでの時間は、その歌の通りに友達とのさよならばかりがあったのかな。
You did. Goodbyes are an inevitable part of life, whether you like it or not. That's why once again I became aware of the small weight I felt on my back. Someday I too will disappear from the Yoru. A sharp pang. It felt as if my own words had pierced my chest.
トウヤのお友達、これからどうなっちゃうのかな。
If things stay this way, they'll become your shadows lingering in the Yoru Koe. In the Yoru no Kuni, such presence continue to live forever, without moving on to the next stage. I thought back to when Toya and I cleaned up the fragments of the Akamu left behind in Yoru. They are shadows that exist as if eternally repeating the happy times they spent amidst the warm lights of their homes. Itoya's Tomodachi pass their 1 week grace period, it will become just like those shadows. This Yoru, this place, also called the Yoru no Land of the Dead, exists where lies that choose such a next stage, I suppose, but to spend an eternity forever lingering alone in the Yoru Koen. Her form sometimes appears in the real world by chance, light refraction, or the night's effects crackling space. Translucent, a floating entity without fixed will or thought. Anyone who accidentally witnesses such a form would surely claim, "I saw a ghost!" I, for one, can't imagine such a next stage being happy at all. Life must always move on to the next stage. That's how time flows. A life that had ended can also choose the next stage of staying close to a loved one's side, but it's possible to purchase such a ticket at that massive station after making an appropriate payment, but I can't stay by the side of the light dweller like Toya. I can't choose that kind of next stage. That's the rule of the Yoru. So after all, lives that have ended have no choice but to choose some kind of next stage. That's why I've had a bit of an idea.
思いついたこと？
It would be more accurate to say I remembered something rather than I thought of it, though. Lives that miss the final night flight will wander eternally within the city's Yoru, but
だけど
I thought there might be an option to be reborn into the world of Yoru.
生まれ直す。
I wonder if becoming a night dweller like Toya, that next step, is also the choices alike in me. I can choose that at the terminus station of time. Become a night monster? Become a night Mahotsukai, Yoru no Mahotsukai? Become a Yoru no Kodeko or something else? At that station, you can choose all those according to what you can pay. Or so I heard. I've heard about it a long time ago. I think when Asai-san was telling me about the Yoru no Kuni, that kind of story must have come up. Back then, I wasn't very interested in anything other than my own desires, so I can't remember it clearly. But that wasn't something just anyone could become, I think. Payment, a single light lived diligently, all the emotions packed into one soul during that process. Gold and silver coins that can be exchanged based on those. Only lies that have acquired enough coins to purchase a ticket to become a night creature can do so. Those who live in the Yoru each have a role assigned to them. Even I, who can't quite be called a night dweller, have a role bestowed upon my left hand by the Yoru no Mahotsukai. I don't know what kind of next step that child would choose as a night creature, or even if they want such a thing in the first place, but I think it's fine to at least suggest it. If that happens, Toya and that person might be able to remain friends forever, within this Yoru that continues eternally. I don't know if that wish can be granted for like past its reprieve, so I'll ask our Chisai no Kami-sama, Nana-chan, if something can be done.
ナナちゃんに？
Hiori tilted her head.
ナナちゃん、そういうこともできちゃうの？
I wonder. I don't know.
わかんないの？
Gomen. I don't know all that much about the Yoru either, so... Demo. Nana-chan still collects the wishes of the people overflowing the Yoru every night, and delivers them to that station. So I thought maybe she could deliver a wish like that, like mine, to the ends of the Yoru too. I told her that was a selfish hope that had just bloomed inside me. Hiori looked up at the starry sky, Aosora, up the Yoru. Hoshisora. That's wrong. And then as a sign, she said, Taiga.
神様はきっと私たちに優しくしてくれるよね。
Huh?
ナナちゃんがずっとトーヤのお友達でいたいっていうあの女の人の思いを
Yeah.
叶えてくれるよね。
Yeah, I hope so. Are we going to see Nana-chan right away? To Hiori, who asked that, I replied that I'd return to the Yoru no Kuni. Yume no Nedoko first. to ask Kami-sama for a favor. You need offering sacrifices. It's less a rule and more just trying to butter her up. So I had to take everything I've got.
捧げ物とは
Instant noodles.
あ
カップ麺
ーカップ麺
But her mouth watered.
お腹がギュルギュルなっちまうぜ
Besides, Toya's here too. She's probably tired tonight, so I readjusted Toya's sleeping body on my back.
カレー味がいいよ
Huh? Is that so? I asked. Nana-chan, did she like kare flavor?
うんうんひよりちゃんがね今食べたいのがカレー味
Look at that smug face you're making. I smiled and nodded, acknowledging her. Tomorrow I'll fill your belly with kare too, Hio-chan.
ほいやったータイガー大好き
That is if you properly remember our promise.
意地悪タイガのケチ
Hiori flashed her white teeth in a playful grin. We reached a fork in the road. I went left. Hiori went right. Should I walk you home?
別にいいよここまで来たら大丈夫
Hiori shook her head.
それにねナナちゃんは私の神社の境内にいるんだよお供え物持ってくる前に会っちゃうよ
You're right about that. When I ran to wake Hiori, the Densha wasn't in the shrine precincts. Nana-chan was probably fulfilling her role, the role of collecting the wishes of the townspeople and delivering them to the station. Kunai. But the Yoru was almost over. It wouldn't be strange for her to have returned already.
そうそうだからお見送りは不要ですよ
She nodded slightly.
タイガのお願いうまくいくようにって祈ってるね
Hiori hopped and stood in front of me.
では改めてタイガ私はこっちですので
Mm-hmm.
ここまで送ってくれてありがとうタイガ今夜の私はタイガの魔法としてお役に立てたなら素敵だなって思うよ
Really? Are you okay from here? You won't get lost? I asked.
大丈夫だよ
Because look, I can already see the stone steps leading to the jinja. All I had to do is climb straight up them.
今夜のところはさよならだけどもまた明日私とタイガはまた明日会えるよねさよならなんかじゃまだまだないよね
Yeah, of course. I nodded in reply. Oyasumi, Hio-chan. Thank you so much for tonight. You really helped me from the bottom of my heart.
そうですかなんか素直にそう言われてしまうと褒められ慣れていないひよりちゃんはテレテレしてしまいますな
Hiori's expression turned silly, and she waved at me before running off. What if... If you happen to see Nana-chan on the Jinja grounds, say hi for me. I told Hiori that much as she turned and then waved back.
大友さん
Her cheerful voice returned with a smile. I watched her receding back as she climbed the stone steps leading to the Jinja. Once I confirmed her figure, I felt relieved. I headed home as well. Some days later, I slugged a bag packed with cup of men over my shoulder and headed to the Yoru at the Yorotsuki Jinja.
なんだ別に遊びに来てくれたわけじゃないんだ
It was the Yoru a few days after Toya and her friend had reunited. As I arrived at the Yorotsuki Jinja at the appointed time, those words greeted me. However, perhaps realizing, she blurted out something a little embarrassing.
カップ麺おいしいの持ってきてくれたわけじゃないんだ
Pounding slightly with reddened cheeks, She rephrased it. The Chisai Yoro no Kami sama Nana-chan. Yorotsuki Jinja at the Yoro no Kuni. Looking up at Nana-chan, who sat on the roof of the densha, stopped on the shrine grounds, I said, Ohayo. Ohayo? Well, okay. Thanks for the other day. You really helped me out.
この前
Oh, they're doing flashbacks. They're doing it again. Why is this the narrative device they're using? Yeah, you carry that person's life to the next. I'll thank you on Toya's behalf. As I thanked her again, Nana-chan shook her head slightly.
違うよ。私はあの子の命を次に送ったわけじゃない。あの子がどんな次を選ぶのか、そのための場所にあの子を運んでいっただけ。そこであの子がどういった道を選び進むのか、すべてあの子次第だから。
Nana-chan said she didn't do anything special. The person chose to be reborn in the Yoro no Kuni. Lives that used up their time in the sunlit world can decide their next rebirth in the Yoru if they pay. Among those choices is also the option to be reborn as an inhabitant of the Yoro no Kuni as a night creature. Not reincarnation, but rebirth. Reincarnation holds no memories of their previous life, but rebirth carries them over. That person's heart was overflowing with enough emotions to make that payment. But now Toya's friend's life and... What's this? Who's Juya? Are considered what's next to choose at the terminus station of time.
あの子の命はトウヤとお友達で居続けることを選んだけれど、その形をどうするかまだ選びきれずにいるみたい。
A form?
トウヤと同じ夜の子猫になるのか、それとももっと違う別の何かになるか、そういう話。
Everyone who lives as a night creature has their own role. Choosing what kind of creature to be reborn as also means choosing that role. What kind of role would allow me to live without any trouble? It seemed like she was having trouble deciding. So she was talking a lot with her friend Toya, trying to choose. About that though.
何?
Could I become a Yoro no Kami-sama like Nana? Could I really buy a ticket for that? I don't know how much I'd have to pay, but could we become gods?
あのね、タイガ。私は神様じゃないんだよって、もう何度も言ってるけど。
Taiga's such a slow learner. No matter how many times I tell him, Nana sighed.
まあ、叶うんじゃないかな、きっと。
Is that so? I was a little surprised.
私くらいの何かにくらい、誰だって簡単になれちゃうよ。そしてもしも、そうなれば。
Huh?
私は、その時ようやく引退できる。誰かが私の役割を引き継いでくれるならね。
So, Nana asked.
タイガは今夜、何しにここに来たのかな?
Just now it felt like Nana-chan had casually said something very important, but it's Hiori. Anyway, I answered. Hiori told me she wanted to come pick her up in the Yoru tonight, so I came, but...
日和が迎えに?
Yeah, that's right. A little while ago, Hiori had confirmed that I could still enter and exit the Yoru. The topic came up again on the way home today, and Hiori asked me, then please, come pick me up from the Yoda tonight, okay? Just like last time. Oh, she remembered. Even when I asked, Nande, Naze, she she just said it's Hibitsu and wouldn't tell me. Somehow, when Hiori asked me, even though her eyes were playful as usual, I felt like I saw something seriously deep within them. It was just a feeling, but I thought there might be a proper reason for it. The agreed upon time when the moon was at its highest point, she said. The sky I looked up was faintly bright. It's a silver moon. It's so silver it's already pure white. Soon the moon will be high above my head. Just a little more time until our promised meeting. Did I come a little too early? What should I do? If I wake Hio-chan now, I wonder if she'll get mad and saying, I wanted to sleep more.
そんなこと私に言われてもわかんないよ。
Yeah, I guess. Now, what should I do? I've got a little too much time left over.
あ、
Huh? What?
だったら時間まで私といろいろお話ししてよ。うん、それがいいんじゃないかな。
Nana-chan's eyes suddenly started sparkling. She was even leaning forward a little. I was a little surprised by her sudden reaction. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why he already called me. And from the Yodo side at that. I can imagine there's some pretty serious reason for it. But it should be fine to just talk with Nana-chan and wait until the promised time. But Nana-chan...
何？
Waiting until the promised time while talking with Nana-chan. Yeah, I think that sounds nice. Sounds fun, but... I was about to say something a bit self-depreciating. Whenever that happens, my chest always tightens. Is it fun talking with someone like me? I said it in a joking manner, expressing slight worry. Nana-chan tilted her head. It was a gesture as if she were thinking.
楽しいよ。
She said it decisively. So, I see.
うん、そうだよ。
Nana-chan blinked her big eyes and spoke.
さっきはちょっと恥ずかしいこと言っちゃったかなって思ったけど、
Just now?
遊びに来てくれたのかとか、つい口走ってしまった。だけど、まあ、タイが相手だと平気だ。
What do you mean, Heiki?
タイガとお話できる夜は、私にとって数少ない楽しみの一つなんだって、そういう風に素直に言えるよってことだよ。まあ、恥ずかしいって気持ちがないわけじゃないけど。
My chisai no yoru no kami-sama. Usually quiet and expressionless. The type who doesn't show much emotion on the surface, or so it seems. But with someone she's comfortable with, Nana-chan is incredibly honest, like this. She shows me her honest face. So when she asks life's cute, I can't help but I just can't help it. It's only natural to want to hug her and stroke her little head over and over. Unaware of the unease stirring within me, Nana-chan, however, within her usual expressionless face,
でもごめん、タイガ。
she displayed something rather skillful, a slightly apologetic feeling surfacing. Sorry about what?
この前の夜、タイガが持ってきてくれたカップ麺。あれ、もう全部食べちゃって。だから、何も一緒に食べれるようなものはないんだよ。
Nana-chan always offers stacks, tea, or instant cup of men to whomever she's talking to. She wore a dejected expression, indicating that there was nothing like that tonight. Huh? You already ate them all? I thought I brought quite a
カッ
lot.
プ麺はあればあるだけ。いくらでも食べられる。いくらでも飲めちゃうんだ。
The kid from that gin just said something similar to that parfaits are drinks. I shrugged and said, but that's okay.
大丈夫？
大丈夫?
何が？
Konya. I came here to fulfill my promise to Hiori, but
ん？
look, by Chisai no Chisai no Yoru no Kami-sama. I bought plenty of instant noodles too. I opened the bag slung over my shoulder and showed her the contents, packed tightly inside.
おー
Nana-chan's large eyes sparkled. It's as if she was gazing up at the tiny Yozora, where countless shooting stars streak across and vanish.
タイガ素敵タイガ最高とっても愛してる
Nana-chan was entranced. It seemed that Yoru no Kami-sama's love could be bought with a few hundred yen per item. Well, anyway, telling me to come inside, Nana-chan stood gracefully on the Densha's roof. At the same time, the passenger car door creaked open. About an hour left until the promised time, I guess. I looked up at the pure white moon and thought, should I spend time with Nana-chan until then? Just as I was about to step inside through the open door.
うわ
Wait. Why is she awake by her own will? A voice from behind me. I turned around.
タイガがちっちゃな女の子ナンパしちゃってる美味しそうなカップ麺で怪獣しようとしているなんだかとってもエッチだよ
Wait, doesn't that kind of cancel out kinda and super? What the fuck? Anyway. Hiori was there, giving me a deadpan stare. No, wait! Itchy? I have so much I want to say, so many things. Well, for now. Ohayo, Hiyo-chan. We met in a dream, didn't we? As if. I inadvertently blurted out a line that would make me want to die of embarrassment the morning after waking up.
こんばんはじゃなくておはようなの
Hiori tilted her head. She patted over to my side. Well, yeah. We're in a strange Yoru. Even if greetings become strange and different from the usual, I guess it's not so strange, is it?
へえ不思議がいっぱいだね
Hiori was tilting her head slightly. Well, that's fine, yeah. I'd strayed wildly from my original purpose, but I successfully met Hiori like this. Now I could finally get to the main topic. So, Hiyo-chan, I came to meet you from the Yoru side, just as we promised, but what do we do now? I asked. I'm still childish in both mind and body, you see. That's why I can still enter the Yoru through Asai-san's Yume no Nedoko like this, but
叶うけど
yeah, Hiyo-chan, you're different. So, that's why Hiyo-chan. What happened tonight? Unlike me, you'll probably forget all of it once tomorrow comes, once morning arrives. Even so, is that okay? That was something I was a little concerned about when I told her that. Hiori nodded gently.
平気別に忘れてしまっても忘れず覚えてしまっていてもどちらでも問題ないの今夜の出来事はね結果さえあればそれでいい話
I still couldn't see what she meant.
それにね
What is it? Hiori said with a slight head tilt, and I inadvertently found myself tilting my head in the same way.
今夜夜の中でお願いしたいことがあるのはね実は大河にじゃないの
Huh? Is that so?
そうごめんね
Hiori tells me, don't be mad, Taiga. No, I'm not mad, I tell her. I wouldn't get mad over something like that, but
だけど
I'm just wondering. Why? That's all. I wasn't the one she had business with, was I? I'd be happy if you told me the reason.
うん大河にはね私のこと私の心をね夜の国の中で起こしてもらいたかったのそうじゃないともう自由に夜の国の中を出入りできなくなっちゃった私だから
Yeah, I see. I understand that much.
でも不思議ちゃんと一人で起きられた
Hiori smiles brightly. Ah, indeed, it is strange. Tonight is a Yoru full of wonders.
夜の国の中に今も出入りできる大河に今夜迎えに来てほしいってお願いしたからなのかな起こしてもらわなくても ちゃんと一人で起きられたよ。
I wonder if this is going to be brought back, like, I don't know. I have a feeling there's going to be, like, they're going to return to this. Like, this is, like, an important thing, rather than, like, something that's just like, oh, yeah, I just randomly woke up because I just thought of it. Yeah, that might be the case. Nodding, I clench my left hand and think of the rule bestowed upon it. It's the pawn that connects the Yoru in reality, just as Hiori said. By calling out to me, there might have been some reason to connect with the Yoru. Whether it was by chance or not, either way. Anyway, Hiori, her soul, her dream, woke up in the Yoru no Kuni.
ありがとう、タイガ。ちゃんと迎えに来てくれて。約束、守ってくれて。
She bowed politely and deferently unusual for the usually cute and rambunctious Hiori, and said,
用があるのはね、あなたなの。小さな小さな夜の神様。
Hiori raises her gaze.
あなたにお願いしたいことがあって、それをあなたにこうして直接伝える。そのために今宵の眩しい夜の中、大河に私の心を起こしてもらえたらって思ったんだよ。
I had decided the journey. I must. There is something I absolutely must get back. My traveling companion is you. The strange, wondrous Yoru no Kuni. Is this? Yeah, I think it's Toya. In this place, I can reclaim everything I've lost. Tonight is my last chance. I feel like tonight is the last chance my heart, just a step away from becoming an adult, can awaken to this Yoru. But this Yoru is by no means a convenient place where merely imagining something will grant all my wishes. If I gain something, if I wish to reclaim it, I must pay something in return. That is, one of the circumstances concerning all living things in this world, whether it be the moon or the sun. That's why I'm sorry. In exchange for you, there's no other way, nothing else I can do. Holding back my tears, clutching my throbbing chest, looking only forward, telling myself everyone wants to cry just as much. I move forward. I must move forward. Repeatedly stroking my empty stomach. I simply listen to the echoing sound of the Densha whistle. Amazing. You can get hungry even without a body. I could only widen my eyes at that sound, which wouldn't even lose to the noise of the running Densha.
見たい。
That's Hiori, fidgeting a little shyly.
すっごい大きな音しちゃった。ちゃんと寝る前にご飯いっぱい食べたのに。不思議。何？どうしたの？タイガ。私の顔に何かついてるの？
No, I'm just surprised.
驚くって何を？
Are you really the monster I know? Are you alright? Are you okay? Is there somewhere that hurts? Or somewhere you're struggling? Seeing that, I checked Hiori's body. Life form, not physical. I took her hand. I felt her forehead for fever, checking her over. Avoiding my hands, a little annoyed, she said.
どういうこと？怪獣？
Hiori said, blinking her eyes. Because it's strange, right? That's right. This is too strange, I said, even flustered. You're somehow more normal than usual, I guess. Much more demure than usual. I mean, That's not like the Hio-chan at all, I mean. Hiori narrowed her eyes, pouting.
私が塩らしかったら、おとなしくしていたら、タイガは変に思うの？
No, well, yeah. I nodded honestly. I mean, it's true, isn't it? A kid who's a ball of hunger. A kid who's always got her eyes peeled, ready to snatch all my meals and snacks if there's an opening. Instead of demanding something to eat because she's hungry, she's blushing and fidgetly shyly. That's just awful.
なんだよ、それ。そんなこと言うタイガの方がよっぽどひどいんじゃないかな。
Even Hiori complaining like that is strange. She's strange, I tell you. Her usual words, actions are almost catastrophically out there. But I think her lively, hungry, slave nature is just Hiori-like. And yet, isn't this a very, very normal reaction? I see. I nod. Ah, so that's it. I see. Shyness, isn't it?
え？
Hio-chan has learned shyness, has she? As an adult woman?
大人の？
That's right. In the past few days, without me knowing, you changed classes from a femme fatale to a graceful adult woman, Hio-chan. Indeed, she's an adult, to the point where she can't enter the Hiori anymore, much more than me even. Hio-chan, you let me behind again, and then taking another step towards becoming an adult. To me, saying such whining things, Hiori was making a genuinely annoyed face.
だって、今夜の私はタイガたちにいろいろお願いしてるんだから。だからあんまりいつもみたいに騒いでたらいけないかなって。
Muttering indistinctly, Hiori said something like that. And to that, Hiori, again and again, I made a "you've got to be kidding" face.
もう、だからなんなのその目。すっごいムカつくんだよ。
She raised both hands and barred her white teeth with a as if to say, if you say anything meaner, I'll bite you, while gashing her teeth.
二人とも何を騒いでるの？
Nana-chan came over, as if to say, "Matak."
あなたたち二人しか他に誰もいないからいいけれど、もしも誰か乗ってきたらもうちょっと静かにしておいてほしいな。
In Nana-chan's hand, she said that, was a kettle, presumably filled with boiling water.
タイガからもらったの。早速食べようと思って。
Saying that, she placed the kettle on the floor and took 3 instant ramen cups out of the bag slung over her shoulder.
眠いのもお腹がすくのも遊びたいのも我慢してちゃダメだよ。それは体だけじゃなくって心が求めてるから感じることなんだからね。
Eating when you'll want to eat, sleep when you'll want to sleep, play to your heart's content when you'll want to play. Otherwise, you probably can't live a healthy life. Saying that, Nana-chan sat down in the seat next to me and peeled the film off the instant ramen cup of men. Oh, I've really been into this cup of men lately. It's like my current favorite selection.
そうなの？
Yeah, it's what they call Ike style. It's a bit, quite rich in flavor, but it's not heavy at all. It doesn't sit heavy in my stomach either. Ike style is good. It's tonkotsu with shoyu. Anyway, it's been a while since I had one of those. I mean, the real thing. Well, slightly real thing. I'm so into it lately. As a growing boy, not like Hio-chan, I always eat too. I love it that much. I'd secretly eat it, trying to hide it from Asahi-san, but then I'd get caught.
タイガは私のご飯よりカップ麺の方が好きなんだな。
It's over for Asai-san. And Asai-san would generally look so sad, several times over. I'm sorry, Asai-san. Really. I love you, but both Asai-san and Asai-san's cooking. But I can't stop. I'm that hooked, so... I bought it because I really wanted Nana-chan to eat it, but... I glanced over as I spoke. Of course, I was looking at Hiori, who was sitting on the opposite seat. Of course, it would bother me if she wasn't hungry. Drool. A flood. Her eyes were firmly fixed on it. Yeah. That's right. You know what? This might be the thumbnail for the tonight. Oh, wait. Actually, it's already morning. When I first took a break, I actually went to sleep. And it's already like 8 a.m. I mean, it's, I started the stream at around 7 a.m. It's already 8 a.m. right now. I clenched my fist. That's it. I'm relieved. That's the Hio-chan I know. Although women could go to hell, right? Appetite over allure, right? Damn it. For some reason, Hiori frowned in frustration.
なんだよ、タイガー。嫌いだよ、タイガー。
Huh?
私だって、何もかもひよこなサイズの私だって、いつかセクシーな感じの、アダルチーな感じの大人の女性になるんだから。
That's English, huh? And if you come crying to me then, Hiori-chan will just pretend she doesn't know a mean tiger like you, she seemed to say. With her cheeks puffed out, 3 minutes later, Hiori devoured the cup of men that had been prepared for her. Obviously. It seemed like it was gone in one bite, like it was just an instant. For an instant cup ramen, huh? No way. Hiori's cup of men were empty, even the broth. I was simply dumbfounded. Even if this is inside a Yume, it's too fantastical, far too much.
カップ麺は
Huh?
飲み物である。
That's hidoi. Nana-chan's portion was also empty. You too. You should savor it more properly. Well, I guess everyone has their own way of savoring things.
さあ、本題に移ろうか。
With our stomachs full for the moment, Nana-chan spoke.
しおり、あなたにどんな理由があるにせよ、どんな事情があるにせよ、だよ。夜月日和。夜の中を旅するのは今夜限り。それでいいのなら力を貸すよ。
Nana-chan said that tonight would be the last. Tonight would be the last night Yorotsuki Hiori could enter the Yoru in a form where she could freely roam around, even only in spirit. Hiori would soon grow to an adult. Tonight was the last. Hiori's request, which she conveyed directly to Nana-chan, was as follows.
私には取り戻したいものがある。
This was before we departed on Nana-chan's Densha. Hiori, who said she had a request not for me, but specifically for Nana-chan, continued as if talking to herself.
どうしても取り戻したい忘れ物が夜の国の中にあるの。
But that forgotten item is scattered throughout the vast Yoru no Kuni everywhere.
それをすべて取り戻すのは私一人の力じゃ無理だから。そのための方法も全く思いつけない私だから。だからお願いします、ナナちゃん。小さな小さな夜の神様。私が夜の国に忘れてきてしまった大切な忘れ物。それを探し出すためにどうか力を貸してほしいです。
Yorotsuki Hiori's forgotten item that she absolutely wants to get back. What exactly is it? And where in the Yorokuni is it scattered? There's still many unknown points though. Of course, there were many more things I need to ask in detail, but if I said unusually, Hiori would pout. But she had an unusually serious look for Hiori, but
なるほど。そっか。忘れ物。
Nana-chan nodded deeply at Hiori's request. Then
ダメだよ。
she said that in a whisper.
あまりにも漠然としすぎだよ。日和、あなたの忘れ物は一体何なの？危険なものじゃない？どうして私になら力になれると思ったの？そういういっぱいをちゃんと説明してくれないとダメ。だけどね、日和。あなたがどうしてもその訳を、事情を話せないっていうのなら、一つだけ条件があるよ。一つ？条件？うん。そうだよ。これから私のことを神様とかそんな風に呼ばないって約束してくれるならいいよ。
Nana-chan
今
smiled.
夜限りではあるけれど、あなたに力を貸してあげられるよ。
Nana-chan smiled at Hiori and nodded again. This stance, Yoro no Kami-sama, was truly soft on us.
ありがとう、ナナちゃん。
Hiori also nodded. Her eyes narrowed as if dazzled.
だけどね、ナナちゃん。そのありかも、その事情も、私、ちゃんと全部話せるよ。列車の中で、全部聞いてね。
After that, we departed immediately. A single yoru was far too short. Even more so for searching for something.
私が、夜の国から取り戻したいものはね。
Hiori began to articulate the requested explanation, swaying with the moving train.
私の忘れ物はね、私の夢と、私の希望。
Used to be.
そうだよ。
Hiori nodded and said,
それは私にとってとても大切なものだった。とってもだけど今はもう大切だったんだって気持ちしか思い出せないの。
Hiori forced a wry smile.
私は私のなくしてしまったものを全部取り戻したい。そうでなければきっと私はこれから先の人生をどんな風に生きていけばいいのかもわからない。夢も希望も夜の国に忘れてきてしまった私だから。だから私は迷子なの。人生に迷子。いつまでもずっと。
Nana-chan just silently stared at Hiori, who was speaking haltingly. Inside the Yoru from 10 years ago, Hiori clutched the yume she wanted to fulfill and participate in the girls' battle. And by winning that war, that senso, she have gained the maho needed to fulfill the yume that seemed impossible. And I, who watched that scene up close, I believe I understand the girl's story up to that point better than anyone. However, I don't know what kind of difficult yume Hiori held, or powerful maho she must have gained to fulfill it. That's true, not only for Hiori, but also for Haru, Chiwa, and Tomohiro and the others. It's certainly true that we childhood friends became irreplaceable comrades and friends who could laugh together during ordinary times, but however, it's also true that we're not in a relationship where we talk about everything and console each other.
忘れちゃダメだぞ、タイガ。関係性こそが魔法の鍵となるんだ。
I gaze at my palm. It's my left hand, imbued with the Yoru. If I could have a deeper relationship with Hiori, one where we could talk about each other's dreams, life goals, or the circumstances we're burdened with, if we could achieve that kind of relationship, could this left hand of mine help Hiori retrieve her forgotten dream, hope, and those memories? As I thought such things, I listened to Hiori's words. I lied. Actually, I clearly and firmly remember both my Yume and Kibo without forgetting them. But if I told the truth, the train's master wouldn't lend me power. My Yume wouldn't be understood by anyone, and my Kibo would surely be hated by everyone. Because I had that premonition, I deceived her, the Chisai Yoru no Kami-sama, who trusts me. The circumstances that made me want to embark on this journey. I thought that if I didn't say anything plausible, things would surely get complicated later, so I fabricated something plausible. You also trusted me. I'm trying to take you along with me, to retrieve my lost possession, to fulfill my Yume. I'm trying to feed on your life. Gomen. Hontoni gomen. I apologize. To retrieve what was precious to me, there's no other way left. If I were to run away now, I would surely regret it at the very end of my life. With those thoughts resurfacing again and again, I kept biting my lip. Unaware of my feelings, you sit beside me, swaying with the train. Your gentle expression on your face. Not knowing what awaited me from this point on. As if running from your kind feelings, I took out the night map from my pocket and spread it open and told the train's conductor. Next is here. Here, one of my forgotten items is hidden. I have to end soon. I've got to prepare for work. It's a Friday, though. You know, I still have to work. Tonight we'll be doing Yosuga Sora. And then tomorrow we have a full Saturday. Sunday is whatever I feel like it. And then we go back to the cycle. Yosuga Sora on Monday. Anyway, the time limit is tonight for one night only. Of course, it wasn't because Nana-chan was being mean that things had turned out this way.
今夜限り。そう言ってしまうとちょっと冷たいようだけど、日和、あなたの心を夜の中につなぎ止めておけるのはもうほとんど限界なんだと私は感じるよ。あなたはかなりの部分が夜の国から遠く離れて大人の世界へ一歩踏み出してしまってる。
Nana-chan suddenly smiled at me.
女の子は男の子より大抵の場合だけれど成長が早いものだからね。
That's why
あっ
Nana-chan...
という間だよ。大人になってしまう。日和、
Damn it.
あなたはこうして夜に心を持ち込むことさえそろそろ限界なんだよ。だからね、今この瞬間に日和は夜の中から遮断されてしまうだなんて。
Okay, let me read the line we missed. That's why Nana-chan said it would be better to assume that the journey on the Yoru no Densha to find the forgotten items was limited tonight.
そういう可能性だってありえてしまうんだよ。残念なことに。
That's right.
残念なことに私たちはさよならがもう近い。太陽も月も本来なら決して相入れないものだから。
When Nana-chan said that as if whispering, Hiori gazed at the Densha window, where the scenery of Yoru flowed by.
制限時間は今夜限り。
She muttered that as if reaffirming it. The train gave a big jolt. It was as if a gust of wind had blown. The windows all rattled at once.
私の忘れ物がある場所。
Then Hiori took out a map from her uniform pocket and spread it open. Apparently, things slipped into pockets or clothes before sleeping could be brought into the Yoru. It was a little surprising that Hiori still remembered such a rule of Yoru.
これを頼りに進んでもらえればどうかな。ナナちゃん、今夜限りの制限時間内に全て見つけられる？
これって
On the map, red crayon-like X marks were drawn, with a phrase that supplying the plan's fragments. Nana-chan was staring intently at the map spread open on Hiori's lap. So Hio-chan's forgotten items are in the place is marked with D's, I take it? As I asked that,
多分
Hiori nodded. What is this? A planet fragment? When I asked that next, Hiori blinked and
き
replied,
っといつかの私が印をつけて隠しておいたんじゃないかな。未来の私が忘れ物のこと忘れちゃうんだって分かってたから。だからいつかの私が今の私に残してくれたんじゃないかって。
Hiori said she had just found this map the other day. This spring, the Mika outfit at her family's jinja was replaced with a new one. And at the same time, while packing the old Miko outfit into the closet, an old diary emerged.
その日記帳にね、しおりを挟むみたいにこの地図が入っていたの。
The open diary was almost completely blank. Yes, almost. On the pages where the map was stuck, it read, "My lost dreams and hopes." The moment she saw that sentence, Hiori said she remembered that. I must have had something precious.
私には取り戻さなければいけないものがあったはず。今まで夢も希望も私には何にもないって思っていたけど。
Huh?
そんなことはなかった。私はそれを今までずっと忘れてしまっていた。
But that was all she could remember. Hiori said she couldn't remember anything more than that. Nothing at all.
だからいても立ってもいられなくなっちゃって。
Hiori said she had a premonition.
私、体を夜の国に持ち込めなくなってもう結構経つから。だから急がないと、ナナちゃんが言うみたいにこうしてなんとか目を覚ました心も夜の国から締め出されちゃうんじゃないかって。
If that happened, it would be impossible to get back what she lost. Impossible, she felt. So Hiori urgently asked me to wake her up in the Yoru no Kuni. Soka. After hearing Hiori's full story, I nodded. Hyo-chan's lost item, Hyo-chan's lost possession, even being here in the Yoru, you still can't remember it at all? You don't recall it?
思い出せない。覚えていない。
Hyo-chan shook her head, trembling slightly.
私も期待はしていたよ。多分忘れ物は夜の国についてのことだから。だからね、夜の中で大河に起こしてもらったら私は忘れたものを思い出せるかもって。
But that didn't happen.
夜の中でもそうじゃなくてももう昔々のことは私ほとんど思い出せないから。10年前みんなと戦ったあの夜のこともほとんど全部思い出せない。
I see. I can't help but think that's a very lonely thing. After all, it's by accumulating memories that our hearts grow. Perhaps we can even feel like we found the value in our own lives. And yet, to be able to remember that time, to not be able to remember that time. Suddenly the thought crosses my mind. Between forgetting one's past like Hiori, and hating one's past, wishing it had never happened. Which one, I wonder, is more unfortunate? Yeah, I get it. I shake my head, blowing away the night-colored thought that I had suddenly sprouted in my heart. I still wonder who that is, that one CG that keeps repeating. Anyway, we do have a destination. It's good if we don't just have to just run aimlessly through the Yoru. I tried counting the marks on the Chisa. There weren't that many of them. Grasping the sense of distance was difficult, but it seemed like we could somehow clear that within one night limit. Within one night.
さあ、星のかけらを探しに行こうか。
Nana-chan said. As everyone responds, the train whistle blew.
一晩限り、日和、タイガ、二人にとって最後の冒険の始まりだね。
I had to call it in here. I gotta prepare for work. We're gonna continue Sakura Moyu. Tomorrow. And maybe Sunday, depending on what I feel. If we finish the route for Yosugana Sora today, I'm gonna spend the whole Sunday, I guess. Then on Sunday, but if not, on Sunday maybe I could do Yosugana Sora for like an hour or two, then with the new route. It's now Chad's route. So it's like whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.